This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester 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 United we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
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 It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It is Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about.
We're talking about Manchester United.
Yes, people, this is Manchester United we're talking about. And no, I'm not going to put the Man United top on. Something happened on StreamYard. You know when I said it's bugging out and something happened? Well, something happened. I had to reconnect it. It was kind of annoying. But here we are. Does not matter. Does not matter. Because we're not signing Benjamin Sesko. We're not signing Nicholas Jackson. We're going to sign Ollie Watkins. All eggs in the basket. Top target for striker. Sesko too expensive alongside Jackson. Funny how Matt Law comes out and says 80 to 100 million, which he didn't say, is now 60 million for him. I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon. Laurie Whitwell, you are a beautiful man. All that story earlier was so great. And we already had luck her saying, you know, Watkins is open to sign and is open to joining Manchester United. I don't know how credible that is. It's funny how Laurie Whitwell posts something and then the rest of the journals try to lap up their little pieces for their, I don't know, their papers, their websites. I don't know. I don't actually care. I don't care. So looks like we're going to go all in for Watkins, which is the correct choice. And don't get me wrong, I was quite open to Sesko in the first place. I mean, I do like his attributes. And I think he's going to be definitely, if he wants to develop, Newcastle's the best place for him. So for me, the way I'm kind of looking at it is United's made the right choice in terms of price value, you know. Going for either or was great, but when you size up a deal, yeah, and I get your opinions in as well. So your opinions, your comments, whatever. Questions, if you got any questions, great, amazing. When you deep it, if United are saying they believe they can get Ollie Watkins for the regions of 45 million, and then you're looking at Sesko and say, well, even for a special club, as Fabrizio says, with his new percentages and all that crap, right? 69 million to 78 million is not exactly the place you want to haggle over. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. If we can't afford Jackson, then why is Sesko? Well, I don't know. You know, United's already said before, 60 million is deemed quite expensive as it is. You know, a package, it depends if it all makes sense. And I do wonder what more is going to happen as well, because it's much more than just this whole Watkins that's come out today and the Sesko business, what he's going to bring to Manchester United if he is to get signed, what he does for the line. It's also Martinez is off the table. So that tells me, especially with the Biyinde news as well, it tells me that United will be focused on shifting Biyinde and hoping to get Lahrmans. But at this moment of time, it's not you need to get rid of squad. It's squad space at this point, and also players that need to go. Lahrmans could be a Man United player, and I think that's what we're going to go down, considering, you know, this whole Martinez fast goalkeeper is going to go out the window, and Biyinde is being targeted. I think you're going to have to maybe wait till for Jadon Sancho to go. We've seen that Juventus are in a hurry to get offload Douglas Luiz or someone so they can go and pursue Jadon Sancho, because now Borussia Dortmund are sniffing on the doorstep of him, and that must be an easy deal for Sancho to go and do. In terms of personal terms, I feel like it'll be the same kind of situation where, you know, you pay like half the contract off, and then, you know, he just shifts. Just get gone pretty much. And then obviously there's Anthony. We don't know anything beyond that. We know Garnacho wants Chelsea. Chelsea want Garnacho. You know, Chelsea going to pull blind. They're probably going to sign him deadline day. I can see it really being strung out till the very end, so Chelsea can get the cheapest option available. They probably end up giving United 35 million, say take it or leave it. And United will probably accept that, because we're in a desperate situation. And, you know, we're going to get Man United fans getting so wound up because, well, this is what Garnacho's wanted all along. So, and you know what? He'll rot there. I can see it. I don't really see a loan option with Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea fans are hoping for that, but we'll see what happens on that front. I'm not really fussed on Garnacho anymore. It's more the other lot. Because if we're going to go get Watkins, and I don't feel like we're going to be able to attain him for what other fans have considered. What we shouldn't be going for Watkins if he's more than 40 million. In what world are you not going to pay more than 40 million when you're seeing Johan Visser's going for roughly the same price? Maybe that's the more comparable situations in terms of players. You know, Johan Visser's exactly the same age, if I'm correct, and he scored a similar amount of goals last season. Well, when you think of goals and assists, it kind of matches up. So that's where I'm at. I don't even know who Benny Rico is. Yeah, Mateta's not. Who's Benny Rico? I've never heard of him. Red One. So, and I'm not trying to have this. And please, don't post Indy Kayla. If I see Indy Kayla being posted in here, you're getting one of the mods. You can time them out for whatever time limit you feel is fit. You can go and do that. I don't really care. I don't want to even deal with Brentford. Brentford is just, no, after the Mbumo saga, you can't trust the Brentford. But as we dive in, oh, Benny Rico's in the chat. Oh, I didn't even see that, so my bad. I thought you said a source. Since you're in here, smash the like button. Hopefully you lot have been watching the videos as well, been trying to do little things here and there. Smashing the likes, of course, pushes me out to a next subscriber. If you've come over from Never a Foul as well, that means you can pretty much... Well, you can subscribe. This is my content. This is all heavily Man United focused. I do one live a day, which you'll find roughly around this time, whether it's 1:30, 1:45, maybe around 3 o'clock. That's when the times I'm going to be going live. Then I'll just drop videos, whether it's late at night or potentially in the morning. Where's this? I heard something along the lines of, we got told that last year game on TV. No, not last year, last week. I haven't exactly seen that yet. I think he said something along the sides or along the line, sorry, of what's it called? He done a video. He posted it about 30 minutes ago. Am I correct? I don't believe United are pushing for that deal. What Laurie Whitwell said is completely different to the likes of what Fabrizio is saying. So I'm going to trust the one that's more close with United than the one that's probably getting paid off by agents. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, look, we'll see what happens with the Sesko. I feel like with United, I don't feel like they should put all the eggs in one basket anyways, only because I quite like what Berta's done. The Gyökeres Sesko. I feel like United should do the same thing. Look, we're in the bag for Sesko, but in case things go wrong, but in the same breath, your main target is Ollie Watkins. You know, putting all your eggs in one basket means you've got less negotiation or breathing space. I feel like if United don't do that, then you're putting yourself in a bit of a sour position, you know. That's why I feel like why it went so long with Mbumo. The whole Mbumo saga was just... look how long that dragged out. If there was more options around the right wing spot, I feel like you'd have got him for a less of a price, and United would have been so, you know, I don't know, reluctant to giving up the 71 million that was proposed in the first place. So again, it was a bit more of... I feel like that was bad negotiations, but in the same sense... Brentford were moving like dickheads, so what can we do? I prefer Watkins, but I think Vivell really wants Sesko. I don't care what Vivell wants. I want what I want. Oh, yeah, there was more. There was other stuff as well. I forgot to say it. There was more Man United news. This is what happens when you're just a top tier waffler, man. You just you revel on so much that you forget. Who else is there? Let me scroll down. Oh yeah. So United, see, this is the heartbreaking thing about, you know when you get lots of positive news and then you're going to have to see the negative news. So I saw him talking about the midfielder situation earlier. He said, United started the summer with the midfielder in mind. The plans have kind of shifted because the lap was there and they didn't get the lap. So they went for Mbumo. It was more expensive than they were going to pay for the lap. So it's hard to take away from the midfield. Had to take away from the midfield options. There was Edison of Atalanta, which was on the agenda, but he is too expensive. So, but Laurie Whitwell also said United are in for a midfielder this summer. So I'm hoping with all my heart that United find an option. And they said that they're looking for a mobile. They've been searching for a mobile midfielder. So I don't think like we're going to get the likes of Douglas Luiz in. If that's the case, his keyword is mobile midfielder. So go get Lucien Agume then. I mean, what Is he Laurie Whitwell just posted again? Let me check. All right, what's he said? 2 minutes ago, United. Oh, it's pretty much his. I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. He's pretty much just put that on the New York Times. So he's just he's just posting that. It's nothing brand new. What likes are we on? I want to make sure we get as much likes as possible. I just need to drive up these likes, man. Get me to 150 so I can be happy. Let me put that in there. Big up touchline. What are you lot saying? Oh, no, I see that. I see that. Sesko 13 Bundesliga goals. Even Werner scored more than that. I don't want to allow the young striker. That's where I'm at. There's a lot of. I've got too much PTSD with United right now. You know, and I think we do. If you're a United fan, you definitely do. There's too much risk for the value, and it. Don't get me wrong. I think Sesko would do pretty well in the Prem. I think he's going to take a lot of people by surprise in terms of how well we might be suited to the likes of Newcastle, the way they play, you know, running in behind rather than dropping deep. I feel like he's going to do a little something. But United are not in a position to be like, you know what we're going to do, especially in the lineup where you need goals. You know, as Michael Owen would say, oh, if you don't score, you don't win the game. I mean, no shit, Sherlock. But with us, you have to take away the risk factor. We don't have we can't deal with someone that's super young that might become something in hoping he's going to become something. When right now we need to establish ourselves in the top 4, let alone top 5, maybe. But I don't want to be talking about, oh, if we're going to be going into the top 4. You know, I don't like that comment. I want to know, are we competing? Where can we get to put ourselves in a position where we are competing? With a front line of Sesko, Mbeumo, and Watkins, I feel like that just elevates United's whole situation straight away. Even if it's 2-3 years, why does anyone care if it's for only 2-3 years? We'll go buy the next best striker in 2-3 years when things end up going the way they need to go. You know, you might not need a striker now, but imagine not looking for one for the next 2 years. You're fine. Next summer should be all about finding maybe the next best centre-back in the centrals. There's someone that can cover centre-back when Maguire leaves. It's maybe a little bit more of an upgrade on the lit. And then probably fixing that damn midfield. That's what I'm looking at. Fix the damn midfield completely. Build around Kobe. What's the best for Kobe? And then maybe it might be a situation where your first team's looking really nice. And you can go and, I don't know, go get other little pieces that you might have not needed. Now you need maybe another left wing back in case, I don't know, the likes of Diego Lon's not ready. Someone that might be that can cover Ahmad. You know, Dalot's not going to be long term. Let's be real with ourselves. He's not long term. Diogo Dalot, like he needs to fix up. I don't want him anywhere near the team. I'm not his biggest fan, but we'll see what happens with him. You know, his overhit crosses are not the one. So yeah, I'm fed up about what if players. I want to know what I'm getting exactly. What Watkins brings to the side. No, would be perfect, Cass. No, stop it. And that's a big pause. We all know that United couldn't afford Sesko. We already know that. It's too many moving pieces to go and get the signature of a man that might be something that might not be something. It's a waste of money. I feel like United haven't learned anything if they go and get the likes of Sesko. I'm not going to cry about it if it's the case. Then it's like, okay, let's see if this gamble pays off. But I'm just going to go off what we said today, what we see today. You know, if United feel like they can go and get Watkins, don't tell me they haven't decided on who they're going to go for. I mean, internally, there's probably not an overall 100% agreement from what I'm reading up. And that's fine. It's all about contract length too. You know, I feel like you can put him on a 4-year deal, I think with an optional, but just, it's like a fake optional. Do you know what I mean? Like, look, he's 29, going on 30. You put him on a 4-year deal, sure, he might go to certain 3+1, something along them lines. I don't care. I don't care, because in the end, you're going to have to find the next striker and he's going to have to be the backup striker. We don't care about that. I wouldn't be care about that. Well, we already knew this as well, Lanks. So not really fast. Ineos wants their own gamble like Hoyland. No, I don't want that gamble. 4+1, 1/7. I don't believe United need to fork out ones. Well, you know what? It probably would be around that wage. Something in between. I feel like there should be a 4+1. The optional is not there, but you can maybe get rid of him in a few years if he's still good and he's still deemed like, you know what, he can do a job. He's quality, that one. then you got the next best young striker, but that's around what 22, 23. I don't know what age you may be, but ready to take the reins, and you can just see him out. I don't really care about selling. I'm from a time, obviously, where United were really good. We were absolutely on top. We were amazing. funny old game. I didn't care about sell on value. I still don't care about sell on value. I don't care if we can't sell someone in the next 2, 3, 4 years if they're at a certain age. I want to get players in now that are amazing. And if the next best young player, like a Wirtz, comes available, you go and buy that one. You go buy the best in the league. If they do their job and you go and win, I don't care if you can't sell him for 30 million or 40 million. Does that make sense? I don't care. It's like Robin van Persie when he came in. He gave us a solid year. The second year wasn't as great. It was still decent. And then he fell off. Whatever. You won me my Prem, though. So I don't care if I can't sell. I don't remember Real Madrid or Barcelona ever caring about sell on value. It's just that they take the piss with the likes of our clubs who were stupid enough to go buy Casemiro for the likes of, 65 million. So yeah, I don't care if we can't sell him. You should be in a good place where it's like a Gundogan or a Kevin De Bruyne or something along like one of those kind of players where they've done their job, they've done what they've required, and you know what? You can go, whether it's on a free or someone pays a few million for him, because someone will end up paying for it. That's come up from another league. It's like, yeah, cool. You know what? We need someone that's experienced that can get us at least 10, 12 goals. That could be the Watkins at that point. And then, yeah, done. Go sell him for 10 million. Who gives a shit? You've won us what you needed to win us. You've put us in a position where we need to be. So that's where I am at with this whole Watkins. Oh, don't go and get a 30-year-old. He's not even 30 years old yet. He's 30 in December, if I'm correct. Or January. Don't care. Trust me, Cass, too much emphasis on selling. We need ballers now. I don't want to do what Chelsea are doing because it's not even guaranteed. Yeah, I don't want to. It's just too long. Amrim's under huge pressure in these wins today. Exactly. See, Watkins, I feel like Vivel must be pushing for Sesko because he's in the mold of like Jason Wilcox a little bit, believes in the youngsters, used to youngsters. That's what he's been around. Chelsea, Vivel, when he was there for a few months. Even though he did suggest the likes of Nkunku, it wasn't exactly great. At the time, Nkunku sounded like a great signing, but he ended up being rubbish. I feel like Amarim and a few others that we probably don't know, or probably names and stuff, I feel like they're going to be the ones that are pushing for the likes of Watkins. So for me, Watkins is definitely it. I just want to know that we're scoring an abundance of goals. I don't know. I would love to get out of a front three. It would be nice to get at least 60 goals out of all of them, which is it's not really heard of when you deep it. There's always going to be one man in the front three that doesn't score as much as the other two, let alone maybe the other one. So we're going to have to source goals from other areas. I feel like Watkins can get me 15 goals. I feel like he can get me a hefty amount of assists. I feel like Mbumo can do up the tally he did of last year, roughly around that kind of mark. I feel like he's got another step to go. I feel like Cunha can do roughly the same. Even if you share the goals at 15 apiece, they're going to be assisting other players. Bruno Fernandes is going to get goals. Xerxes going to get goals. I feel like Xerxes got a huge season coming up. And then you got the likes of Kobe Minu, a couple goals. Ahmad will definitely score you goals. Dorgu maybe not so much. But do you get what I mean? It's a good position to be in. And whether that gets you top 4, maybe we'll see, because you look at the other squads, and big up for the comment. I see that True Nature, I see that comment. We'll see if we can be the surprise package. Fifth is not good enough. If you got a front three like that, you can't hide behind. You can't hide behind that front three. You can't. Yeah, Sesko can barely get into doubles in a Farmers League. It's concerning that he's made up the tally twice in a row. But when you're playing like a more of a support striker for a Pender, then it's not. He should be in a Pender's position. It shouldn't be the other way around. He's gonna definitely get more goals. He's got all the tools to do bits. I think you mean if we could have sold Højlund, Anthony, and Garnacho and brought in 2 strikers in all my days, I'd definitely go for Watkins and Sesko. I mean, maybe in time, I think that'd be a waste considering we need a central midfielder, because then we'd get an experienced striker and a youth striker. So at the point Sesko is concerned. But I feel like the next best striker will just pop out in the next 2 years. Someone else will be the next Sesko, or I don't know, give me another young striker that's available. The next Ekateke's, someone better than that potentially. Someone will pop out. I don't know who, but someone will. It's just the way of football. I would love that. I mean, Sesko and a Watkins would have deemed quite a nice combination. It's probably the perfect combination, but nothing ever goes to plan, innit? What are you on? Lucky Singh, what are you on about? Only British strong players score goals. What are you feeling okay, bro? You sound like EDL at this point. Yeah, Amir, he is. I think he's got a bit more about him. You know, he's got huge potential. I agree. What's this? You know what? I'm sorry. I'm getting these emails. Interesting. I'll check that out afterwards. Tesco Gas Bro was shook of replacing Havertz at Aston. Nah, they were going to use him like. The issue is, I feel like Arsenal were going to use him like, or had ideas to use him like he's been playing at Leipzig. Watkins on Mateta would get us a good return over 2-3 years back in Europe, then get the next one. I agree. Why do you rate the Gume and there are no big links to him? All right. Before we go, all right, cool. My thing with Lucien Agume, yeah, is one, he's got the belabor profile about him. I implore anyone after this stream, or maybe even if you just want to go off and go watch it, you look at Lucien, you look at someone who's mobile. That's exactly what United are looking for, the belabor type of midfielder. I would say Agume is more defensive than he is attacking, but he's not afraid to go forward, but he's the one that wants to collect the ball. Now, if you go look at Steven Allison's interview, well, not interview, but he had a reaction after the West Ham game, and he had a conversation with Ruben Amorim. You know how we used our 8s as like 6s more than 8s last year, where they barely went up and they looked like a back 8, something horrendous. Well, he wants a 6/8. He wants an 8 that's more attacking, that can dictate that, obviously going further forward, but then he wants a 6 that can kind of collect /8 that can collect the ball off the back line, shield the back line, but can also make a situation when going further forward as well that can press kind of higher. Lucien Agume, if you go look at his composure, you go look how strong he is as well. You look how you just can't get the ball off him. Young player, he's of a good age. He's only had 1 year of men's football, but that you could say the same thing kind of like Caicedo when he hit the ground running, when Balaba's hit the ground running. He's just of that mold. So when you look at the Lucien Agumes of the world, you need someone that's physically imposing next to the likes of a Bruno Fernandes. Even if Mainu was to come into the fold, you can put him there as well. I feel like with him, he allows us to collect the ball off the likes of the back line. He's definitely got good feet. He's press resistant, and he's got a nice forward pass. Don't get me wrong. He's long passing. He's not afraid to do it. Could it be a little bit more accurate at times? Yeah, sure. But you can't have it all. He can be a bit more of a dictator if you need him to be. I just feel like he's a mold of everything we need. I'm telling you now, go watch out. £17 million. And I do wonder what's on United's list, but I can't think of any real midfielders that are going to do what we need that's of a good quality. He's not expensive whatsoever. You know, over in La Liga, all of these lot got release clauses and stuff like that, right? It's just easy deals, man. You don't need to beat around the bush. You know, these Spanish sides need money. Sevilla's been crap as well. They need the money for sure. They didn't have a good season again. So, you know, United, there's a gaping hole. I mean, I don't know how many times we talk about United and this gaping hole in the midfield. It's you feel like if you're going to go spend big money on the likes of a Sesko, surely I'd rather occupy that, or put that amount of money, if it was to be true, into the midfield area, whoever that may be. Yeah, Kamara's not going nowhere. The guy's got the opportunity to learn under Pogba. That Monaco team is quite decent. They're going to do something decent. He'll get a move. He's going to be worth a lot of money as well. So I can kind of see him at PSG, you know, weirdly enough. Arsenal were interested in Watkins in January. And I feel like that's where United's conversation is going to go with Watkins. When you're getting rated 60 million in January, why are you going to be also rated 60 million in the summer? Surely that value goes down. You look at what the strikers are available around. I wouldn't say strikers have gone for a mad price this summer at the moment. You know, if you really want to tally up, like, use that as a benchmark of why you need to sell said player for said amount. I mean, Gyökeres went for 55 million. he's definitely better than Watkins in terms of like his output. You know, you go look at anybody else. Isak might be going for a mad amount, but you look at everyone else, like Vissers, they've been quoted like they want 50 million. They're not going to get 50 million. You know, Newcastle, when they attain that guy for what? 30 million, 35, I'm going to say around 35, 40 million, they'll end up folding and getting that guy. Who else has been there around the strikers? I can't even think of strikers that have been on the move. You look at Sesko and obviously Ekatike's, but they're a lot younger. That's a different story. But players in and around, or strikers in and around Watkins' age, I just don't see it. I see a fan say Sesko has a mad long shot power. These men have too much feet. Long shot power. I mean, he's hit a couple belters, but I've seen him scruff a few as well. I'd be all up for this. If this was ever the case, I'm all up for it without a shadow of a doubt. 14 likes of 100. There must be a few of you in here that can definitely smash the likes. There must be a few of you. I know you got me. You lot got me, man. You're not that nasty. You can't be that nasty. I mean, like, it would be nice if there was one day where there's like 400 people and there's just like 400 likes. It's like, yeah, you know what? What we're gonna do? We're gonna smash that like button. We're gonna make sure, you know, the stereotype about us in the live chats and people that are watching behind the screens or listening in their cars or something is like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna like this video. But we'll see. Emi Martinez not being an option. I would definitely have taken him, but I'm kind of happy he's not going to be that. Again, I've got another issue. The fact that he's not available for the first, is it 3 games? I think the first 3 games of the season, Emi Martinez is not available, right? Am I correct by that? It's not just Arsenal. He got pushed up. He wouldn't be available till after the break. Fulham he was banned for, and is it Burnley? I'm pretty sure it was Burnley. Let me know. I don't want to get that incorrect. So imagine buying a goalkeeper for like 30 million, 35 million, whatever they'd accepted, and you can't even play him against Arsenal. You're pretty much asking for Biende to do your job. Why would you target him? Because he's available. I don't get me wrong. There's a lot of experienced keepers out there. But there was you missed out on Vanya Milenkovic-Savic. He's gone Napoli. So he must have been a good pickup for them. So they've done really well on that front. He's a giant. It leaves us with Larmans. I feel like with Larmans, we can wait. If we tell Larmans we'll pick you up, just wait. He's going to wait. And we go and get him for on the cheap as well. What, 14 million, 15 million? Something stupid like that. You know, I don't feel like it's been on United's front. I agree with you, Ridwan. I don't feel like it's been United that have been pushing the Emi Martinez front. I feel like it's been the agent. The agent's been he's been twerking for us. His agent's been twerking for us to the point that, you know, they're putting out stories over for that. What's that guy called? Gaston Dole and all them Argentine or Argentinian, whichever the correct reference is. You know, all the outlets. You know, we asked for a loan. They said no. So, and then we just said, you know what? See you later then. Easy. It's easy. Agume's potential in a cheap option considering we are skint. Nat and Douglas Luiz loan would be a good summer. I'm hoping for a Douglas Luiz loan. Depends if we can get rid of Sancho. Sancho is just a big obstacle. I just can't stand him. Honestly, anytime I see his picture on Twitter or whatever, I can't stand him. He gets on my nerves. Don't know why. He's just so off-putting, man. Sounds mad coming from a man. Why'd you be off-put by another guy? But it's just can't stand the sight of him. What did David Ornstein post? Salford City? Or what? They're doing bombers for Salford City now? That's crazy. Arsenal's getting hijacked. That's a bit mad. Arsenal getting hijacked for a young buck. That's mad. Caicedo was a virtual entity in an unknown league. Agume isn't. You can't compare the two in any way. Yeah, but Agume's had 1 year of. I mean, look, Caicedo was 5 million, but I'm saying he hit the ground running pretty much when he landed at Brighton. I mean, he took a few months to get kind of going, but he hit the ground running when you saw him. He was there. Baleba, same thing. I don't know where Baleba even come from. Someone else could tell me where he's come from. But Agume, yeah, he's had he's been a part of a poor team, but he's had for himself, for getting a year of men's football in a top league, even though Sevilla finished pretty much above relegation. I just look at that thinking like it's just an easy pickup. I think, do you know what I mean? He comes in straight away and he he does a lot. I think he was a lot older, like a couple years older than what Caicedo was or Baleba was. Because I think is he 22? I think Agume's 22. Oh, Baleba come from Lille. I didn't even know that. So yeah, no, I just feel like it's just that you can kind of compare it. Again, I think he hits the ground running. I don't feel like he's going to take long to adjust to the Premier League. Maybe it might take a couple months, maybe, but I feel like you can't you can't go wrong with certain profiles, man. You just can't. Just locked in. Big up Filthy, man. Big up yourself. We should just raid Brighton's future signings. I'm telling you now, yeah. If Baleba gets sold, Agume's coming in. If we don't get him now, they'll sell Baleba next year. It might even be us that picks him up. They'll go get Agume. And he'll just do the exact same thing. And we're going to say, oh, why didn't we go pick him up for that amount? Well, because of less risk factor. It's clear as day that United, as a whole, as an institute, are not put off by bringing in young project players. You know, I really know. We looked at Delap, that's a project. We've looked at Sesko, that's a project. So in terms of Agume and these other players that are not exactly of age of 25, 26, tells me Wilcox, Vivel, and others are not afraid to use youngsters or go buy them to put them in the first team. And I feel like with central midfield, you're not going to get mad experience unless you're going to go for the Douglas Luizes or the Edisons. So you might as well go for someone that's up and coming. Because there is, it's a profile that's unique. You need to get someone that's suited to the likes of, I don't know, Bruno Fernandes or Kobe Mainu. How do you get the best out of them? I saw the Hillman stuff earlier. I didn't. Someone quoted the wrong source. I see BBC Sport, and I'm thinking, when does BBC Sport? Like, what? I don't see nothing on there. It was a whole different outlet. I don't see us going for Hillman. Hillman looks like he might be going to the Italian league. Well, apparently we bid 35 million. Where are we bidding? Where we got the 35 million from? You let me know. No, definitely not. Definitely not. At what point we hack into Brighton's data server? At least spend a hackered surgeon. Well, we're trying to build our database. Remember, we brought someone in from Mercedes. Is it Mercedes? I think it's Mercedes. We brought someone in to start building our like whole data department. It's been happening for months now. What's this? Here's a mini Lucien Agume scout report for anyone that's interested. I can see he's such a Brighton signing. Did you share with this? I think you shared this with me before. Oh, this is only yesterday. This is decent. Don't feel stupid not hearing about Agume before. Blah 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 blah. Negatives. It wouldn't be a positive thread if about a player of Alex Bark. If I didn't. Agume's passing is too bouncy. Short passes get this lift to them. Turning a flat pass into a bumpy one. They may nearly always be accurate. They're still bumpy. Well, so he's passing. He sees. Well, let's take you through a sequence. The numbers show fit. Yeah, his long passing needs to be a lot better. But that can be coached. You know, trying to find a passing technique is not the worst in the world. Do you know what I mean? He's tall, strong, fast, and agile. You just need that. He's an athlete. I just don't see how we don't. I just don't know. I don't understand how United don't have him scouted. I would like to think so. What's the latest, brother? Any bombers? No. It's all this morning. The biggest bomber is the fact that we're going for Watkins instead of Sesko. That's the only bomber. Again, it's all other little bits and bobs of talks. Talks rubbish. It's all rubbish. Big up Saeed, by the way. It's all rubbish at the moment. Says, look, again, it's what? Nearly 1st of August, and Sancho's still flirting with trying to find a club. It's 1st of August nearly, and Garnacho is still waiting on Chelsea, and Chelsea are waiting on him. It's like, I don't know, man. It sounds like the Notebook with these two, the club and the player. You know, you look at these other players that we're looking at, we can't afford them yet. So there's not really much going on. You know, Martinez being on tells me that Larmans is confirmed. It's just how quick can you shift? I'm telling you now, I don't see what the need is for Biende. Just gulag him. Just put him in the damn gulag and say, Larmans, you're coming in. I can't stand watching Biende in goal in pre-season. He puts me on edge. When you give him the ball, I feel nervous, man. Like, all I know what he's going to do, he's barely going to give it as a short pass. He's just going to go long. You know, when you don't trust the goalkeeper, it's a little bit what Ten Hag done in the end for De Gea. Just go long, man. Just boot it. And I don't blame him giving that instruction, because if I'm a player, I would not trust receiving the ball from Biyinde. I feel like he's much worse than Anana. Anana's way better than him. He's way better than him. What a shit pickup, man. Whoever bought that cunt, he's shit. Did we get him? When did we get him? Was it last year that we got him, or was it the year before? I think it was only last year. Did we just get one quickly because he was a second goalkeeper and he was cheap? Let me check him. When did we buy him? Did we buy him under Ten Hag? Yeah, he was... What a shit pickup. Oh, my God. He was awful. He's awful, man. Who scouted him and thought, you know what? He's going to be something decent. He's rubbish. And then you know what, yeah? Even for that Bowen goal, I'm not... Even for the Bowen goal, look, Bowen's goal against us was nice. It was very nice for the right foot. But I'm thinking, no, my goalkeeper needs to be saving that, man. He needs to be saving that. It was on a cute angle, and it was always going across to the top bins. Do you know what I mean? Larmans is there for a short, like a small package. And I feel like, again, that's kind of wrapped up. He's flirting with United. United's flirted with him. Again, a little love story. But Biyinde is beyond their shit. That's what he is. He needs to go. On corners, don't trust him. I feel like he's got a confidence issue. I don't want that. I don't need it. I don't... It's disgusting. He needs to go. Just gulag him. Put him in the reserves. He cost Man United nothing. Murto madness, they said, you know. Murto madness is what they were running with. Oh, get out of here. And then when you say that to the likes of the ones that were bigging up John Murto, yeah, they don't like hearing it. Allow it. You know, Heaven did get snot. Heaven should have got a lot tighter. You know, it's a valuable lesson for him as a youngster. You know, you got to get tighter to these players that can play both feet. I feel like with Heaven, he had such a flawless game. I don't think he got helped by the centre mids pushing up. But the difference is that it wasn't Heaven that I found that was the issue. When both centre mids pushed up, I think like there needed to be a little bit more communication. Not both of them needed to be so flat. Could have been a little bit more, you could say a little bit more disjointed. But the centre back should have been pressing on Souček. One centre back should have been tight on Souček so he couldn't turn. The line needed to be a lot higher up. So if the midfield are going to press, the strikers are going to press, then surely you get the back line are going to press. I'm going to put that down to the point where it's like 65, 70 minutes have gone. Players are tired, man. And that's what I'm fine with that. Because you know what? The best thing about pre-season is you look at situations like that and you can show that on screen. You can replay on video and you can say, this is why we do what we do. You know, this is why we press the way we was pressing. And this is what you got to cut out in terms of mistakes with teams that like possession, want to kick you on a counter-attack, that are playing more narrow than they are playing with width. Like West Ham were. They were using Wan-Bissaka for the width. So it's nice. It's good that United conceded the goal. I think it's like a blessing in disguise. You have to get these out the way. So I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it because it's, again, 65, 70 minutes, we were all over West Ham. They barely had any situations going on. So I was loving that. I want to see it again. Look, like West Ham lack a lot of quality. Their midfield was quite slow. So when there is a team that likes to press higher, that likes to run a lot more, I want to see if United can cope with that. You know, there was nice transitions. And also that pitch was, again, I can't keep going on about it. That pitch was horrendous. So when you want to do your 1-2s and move and blah, 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 Cunha, when he wants to do them quick spins and bursts of accelerations, I want to see that that's more doable than likes of playing in that MetLife Stadium, trying to tell me that they try to roll out brand new grass or something for United. Oh, get out of here, man. Garbage. You learn from it. Just basic stuff. Basics. Yeah, Bournemouth's going to be a test. We're technically, well, tomorrow I'll be staying up late at night, definitely to see. I need to watch United, man. It's a shame that we can't see Mbeumo again, but in terms of the team, can you coach? Let's see how good your coaching is. Are we going to get done? I don't even know if Bournemouth's even had enough like pre-season time. I'm pretty sure they have, just haven't followed it. But they're going to be a tough outfit, man. Semenyo up against the likes of, and Kluivert. Who are they going to be up against? The likes of Yoro and probably Heaven. I feel like that back three is pretty much solidified for now. And I feel like he's going to go with the same team. He's going to put Bruno in the 10. He's going to put Cunha. He's going to put Højlund. He's going to... the exact same 11. I don't see anyone from that team that came on the pitch. I can't see them... I don't see how anyone's challenged any of them for a position. None of them. The only one that would be available maybe is Mazraoui, but Mazraoui's just coming back from a knock. I think Xerxes coming back from a knock as well. So I think if I'm correct, is Xerxes fit for that game? I'm pretty sure Xerxes fit for that game now. He's been deemed like he's been training. I saw that he should be available for it, according to Ruben Amrim's comments. Because you know what I would like to see, yeah? If Xerxes can get like 45 minutes, 30 minutes, you bring Hoyland off, give Xerxes like 15, 20 minutes with the first team, the ones that have been on the pitch, and then go from there. Nah, Maguire's not starting. Maguire's on a year left of his contract. I don't think United's going to utilize that. Don't think they're going to care. Obi, I don't see starting. I don't see Delo starting. Don't see Shaw starting. You need to make base with your first 11 that you're going to go within the season. Yeah, Xerxes should be fit for that. He should be. I'm hoping so. What else is happening in this world of football? I thought that might have been a decent pickup. You know, Ronald Araujo apparently wants to leave Barcelona. He, until his injury, he was such a good defender, but he would have been amazing for that centre back. That kind of position. Yeah, I think Obi, he's got a lot to learn, man. He's still mad young. I don't mind it. I don't doubt him, but it's just, well, I do doubt some aspects, but he's still mad young. He's more like a player that you got to cater towards. He's not a pressing striker whatsoever. But in this day and age, you got to be. I'm pretty sure you got to be. Give me some. What's this? Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think. I don't know. I don't know what United are going to go for. I think Brandthwaite might be a shout, but I feel like that shit might be so. I just don't want to get someone that's tiny in that centre back position. Yeah, I like Munoz. Munoz is definitely decent. He's decent. I don't know that the centre back options just. I can't think of any. That can come in and make an instant impact. That's better than De Ligt. For now, I have no clue. Anyways, who's live? I'll be back later, for sure. Who can we go and raid? Oh, he's not live. Deji's not live. Is there no one live? Is today a bit like dog shit or something? No one live? Yeah, Diamonde, he might be the shout. If he can stay at Sporting for one more year, then yeah. Is there no one that's live? KG, God. Someone that's rated. Who else is who else? Yeah, who else is live, man? Brighton, raid Brighton, no. Deluded Guna. DG, KG. No, raid. Why are you saying that name, Ridwan? Rance has just finished this show, so no. The KG. What's KG's channel called again? I don't know. I don't even know what it's called. You know what? I think D's live. Is D live? No, he's not. I'm not subscribed to KG, so I wouldn't know. What's KG's channel called again? KG the comedian. He's not live. What are you on about? Are you not sure? Oh, he is live. Calm. Let's go raid KG then, man. There's nobody else live, is there? So fuck it. Right. In a bit.